Mine said that Roger Stone yesterday said he would never flip on Donald Trump, and this friend was saying to me, doesn't that imply he's got something on which he could be flipping? And I pointed out that what Roger actually said was he would not bear false witness against Donald Trump. I think there's a distinction there, but address, if you would, the issue of will he ever turn the table on Donald Trump? He says emphatically, never.
It seems highly unlikely based off of how he's been acting for the last few years. Even when he got fired/quit from the Trump campaign in 2015, right after the first Republican
Hey, Dylan, one other subject, if I may, and this maybe is me paying too close attention to his book, Stone's Rules. You know that there's debate about the fact that the way in which he was taken into custody and the fact that CNN had footage of it, I think because of some pretty smart investigative journalists. I found it ironic that some of the critics of CNN would say, aha, Mueller must have given them a tip. I don't know about you, but knowing Roger the way I think I do, my first reaction was that the person who wanted that footage shot was Roger, because he's now got the image, and I'm sure we're about to hear description of quote-unquote jackbooted thugs coming with arms drawn to make an apprehension of someone who didn't even have a passport. Did that thought occur to you?
This is going to be a tough one for Roger to spin in his favor, but that doesn't mean he's not going to try. He's had plenty of time to prepare for this, and he's been publicly saying, I'm going to get arrested any day. So it actually wasn't such a great scoop for CNN to rush out there. They didn't need to have some massive tip. As you just said, they just needed to have good reporting, such as reading what Roger was saying was going to happen to him. But because Roger's had such time to plan for it, he's a crisis manager himself. I'm sure he has planned for the worst case scenario. How can I spin that into a great segment on InfoWars?
This is going to be a very interesting showdown, Mueller and Stone. Dylan, thank you. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Let's see what you've got in terms of social media reaction via my Twitter and Facebook pages. Stone loves being the ringmaster in the largest circus on earth. Rick, that's my point. I mean, that's why I said yesterday was probably the worst day the guy's ever had and kind of the best. What else do we have? Overkill with Roger Stone arrest could have just had him self-surrender like Manafort. Radio listeners said that to me, Steve, yesterday. And I get, you look at that footage and you say, at worst, he's a white-collar criminal. What threat did he pose? He didn't have a passport, yada, yada, yada. They were there to execute a search warrant as well. And so I certainly understand the law enforcement perspective, which is one of you're going into a man's castle and you don't know what the hell you're going to find, nor how he or someone else who might be under that roof is going to react. I think that's the response. One more if we've got time for it. Do we have a tweet? Smerconish, after the indictment of Roger Stone, what did the president know and when did he know it? Yeah, there is that intriguing paragraph about Stone having been directed or someone having been directed to go to Roger Stone. But you got to say this in 24 pages. I've got the indictment right here. There's not a direct link to Donald Trump, much as I know many would like there to be one. Up ahead, I'll ask the member of a congressional commission on the topic, should public service be required of young Americans? I want to know what you think. Will you please go to my website at smerconish.com? What do you think? Should public service be a requirement of young Americans? I'll give you the results at the end of the program. And as the field of Democrats running for president gets more and more crowded, the potential 2020 contender you've never heard of, Richard Vegg, says he personally knows what voters want. I'll ask him why. We'll do that next. And later in the hour, the decluttering craze taking America by storm. Can the minimalist methods of Marie Kondo get a nation of hoarders to dump their junk? I want to see your clutter crisis photos, like this one. People have been tweeting at me all morning. What's going on under your roof? Send them to me at Smerconish. We'll put some on the air.
How would I describe overpaying on a used car? was humiliating. And it's expensive. I just trusted the wrong used car sites.
Carfax has a better way. Only Carfax.com can give you the most accurate price based on the Carfax report. So you never have to overpay on a used car again.
But I guess life goes on. So, all right, come on, boy. Here we go. Let's go, buddy.
Know the history, know the price. Only